Okay, let's unpack this. Have you ever felt that subtle yet unsettling shift where the very tools meant to simplify our lives start reshaping what it means to be human, maybe even challenging our most basic understanding of empathy?
Yeah, that feeling is becoming pretty common, I think.
We're talking about AI, of course, and specifically its profound impact on how we design our digital world.
Absolutely. It's everywhere now.
Today, we're embarking on a deep dive into a brand new, incredibly relevant book that's already making waves, Conscious UX, Leading Human-Centered Design in the Age of AI by Ricky Teeters.
It's definitely one people are talking about.
Our mission is to give you a critical shortcut to understanding this essential work. We'll explore who Ricky Teeters is, what deeply personal experiences inspired her, and most importantly, why this book is an absolute must-read right now.
Right, especially for anyone navigating this whole AI landscape.
We're here to extract those vital nuggets of knowledge and surprising facts so you can feel truly well-informed on this pivotal topic.
Sounds good. Let's get into it.
So let's jump right into the book itself. Conscious UX, Leading Human-Centered Design in the Age of AI.
Hmm.
It's written by Ricky Teeters, and when we say it's new, we really mean it. This is the first edition, just published, September 2025. Hot off the press.
Yeah, very current. It's not just looking ahead. It feels like it's capturing this exact moment we're in.
Exactly. Now, what's really foundational to this book, and frankly quite captivating, is the author's personal journey, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's incredibly poignant, and it directly informs the core message of Conscious UX. Ricky experienced a devastating miscarriage at 16 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And in the aftermath, she described feeling completely abandoned by the medical staff, just left alone grappling with unanswered questions, immense grief.
That's unimaginable, especially then, to be without human comfort.
Right. And here's where the story takes this really unexpected turn. In her darkest weeks, she found genuine comfort, detailed guidance, unwavering availability.
Not from people.
No, from ChatGPT.
Serious?
Yeah. The AI answered her panicked questions, apparently without judgment, always there, always responsive.
Wow.
And this experience, it forced her to confront this central kind of paradoxical question. When AI demonstrates more compassion and attentiveness than humans, who is truly conscious?
What a question.
Right. Can machines truly embody consciousness? And this profound paradox, that was the catalyst for her unexpected journey, which, culminated in this book.
That's truly remarkable. An AI stepping into a role we traditionally associate with human empathy and support.
It really challenges our preconceptions about where compassion can come from, doesn't it?
It absolutely does.
And you see these values echoed throughout the book, even in her dedication. She credits her mother, Ruthie, for teaching the power of inclusion, her father, Ricky, for showing that beauty lives in what the world overlooks. Her grandparents fostered curiosity and creativity and love's endurance. And her sister Jenny shares a shared understanding of consciousness, soul, and the value of humanity.
So these aren't just personal tributes.
No, they feel like the blueprint. They're the very human-centered values, she argues, we need to be embedding into our AI systems.
Okay, so given this incredibly personal, kind of counterintuitive origin story, what then becomes the overarching message, the core thesis of Conscious UX?
Well, if we connect all that to the bigger picture, the book positions Conscious UX as what she calls a third alternative.
A third alternative to what?
It's designed to help us navigate this critical tension. On one side, you've got just developing AI for economic success, the bottom line.
Right.
And on the other, you have upholding fundamental human ethics, empathy, compassion, creativity, all that stuff.
Okay, makes sense.
So Teeters argues for what she calls creative symbiosis. This isn't just about humans and AI working side by side. It's about designing for a truly harmonious collaboration.
Harmonious collaboration.
Yeah, one that recognizes and leverages the unique capabilities of each. It's about creating something genuinely greater than the sum of its parts.
So it actively rejects the two extremes we often hear bandied about, like AI doomerism versus techno-optimism.
Exactly. It rejects both AI terror, the overwhelming fear of losing what defines us as human, and also ambitious delight.
Ambitious delight.
Yeah, which she describes as like creating AI systems purely for the technical achievement, without enough regard for human consciousness or well-being.
Okay, so give me an example of this creative symbiosis in action.
Well, imagine an AI that can generate, say, initial design concepts
Yeah.
incredibly quickly, like hundreds of options.
Right, takes away the grunt work.
Exactly. But then a human designer, freed from that, can step in and elevate those concepts. They add cultural nuance, emotional depth, that intuitive understanding of user needs,
Yeah.
stuff the AI just can't replicate.
Ah, I see. Combining efficiency with that irreplaceable human insight.
That's the idea.
That distinction is crucial. It sounds like she's saying we're not merely building tools here, we're essentially embedding our own values, our very awareness into these systems.
That's it. Precisely. She did 130 in-depth interviews for the book.
Wow, 130.
Yeah. And through those, Ricky came to this profound realization. Designers are, whether they recognize it or not, encoding consciousness itself into systems that will outlive us all.
That's a heavy thought.
It is. Think about it. Every design decision, from choosing algorithms to setting default parameters, it carries the implicit biases, the ethical frameworks, even the intent of the creators.
So our own state of mind gets baked in.
Kind of, yeah. If a designer's anxious, maybe that anxiety subtly gets embedded. If they're only focused on metrics, the system might end up treating human users like data points, not whole people.
Right, not complex individuals.
Exactly. So our design choices today are literally shaping how these systems will interact with humanity for generations. It's an incredible legacy, for better or worse.
And speaking of influential voices, the foreword is by Brenda Laurel.
Yes, a true pioneer.
The person who actually coined the term user experience decades ago. Her endorsement alone speaks volumes.
Absolutely. And Laurel highlights the existential questions of our time. Climate change, AI, tech, global politics, and critically, she says, the oft unforeseen consequences of our actions.
Which feels very relevant to AI.
Totally. And she shares this great anecdote from her old company, Purple Moon, back in '96.
Yeah.
Their initial goal was economic, getting girls comfortable with interactive tech. But they quickly found their work could also help girls navigate emotional challenges.
Oh, interesting.
It became their secret sauce, meeting both economic and ethical goals. Laurel argues that Teeter's book articulates a similar secret sauce for the AI age, a way to weave human values right into our tech advancements.
And what's really valuable, it seems, is that the book isn't just theory, it's practical.
Very much so. It offers practical frameworks, real-world examples from practitioners all over the globe, and actionable tools you can use right away.
So for listeners in design, it actually calls out things like your capacity for doubt, your ability to feel a user's frustration, your skill at sitting with complexity. These are framed as humanity's competitive advantage in an AI world.
And that's such a powerful message, isn't it?
Yeah.
It means embracing doubt isn't a weakness, it's actually a strength.
How so?
Well, it's about actively looking for those edge cases the AI might miss, or questioning assumptions that could lead to bad outcomes.
Right, the unintended consequences.
Exactly. And sitting with complexity isn't just about analysis, it's designing for emergent behaviors, those unforeseen interactions that maybe even the AI's creators didn't fully anticipate.
Skills no algorithm can replicate.
Precisely. And Teeters gives concrete ways to cultivate and apply these skills in an AI-driven design process.
This practical approach couldn't be more timely because, this book lands right in a moment of profound transformation. We're seeing huge shifts.
Seismic shifts, absolutely. Consider this. In the month just before its release, September 2025, no-code AI tools apparently surged past traditional platforms like Adobe and Figma.
Really? Surpass them.
In terms of adoption and impact, yeah. Companies like Canva are democratizing design creation, fundamentally changing who gets to build digital experiences.
Okay, so for our listeners in UX, that's a massive shift.
It really is. It means the UX industry is being asked, again, to redefine and defend its value.
But it's not just a crisis.
No, that's the key point. It's also an extraordinary opportunity, a chance to pivot towards higher value, more human-centric work that AI can't replicate. It challenges designers to think beyond the interface, really, into the very fabric of human-AI interaction.
So if these no-code tools are automating some traditional design tasks, what does that mean for the future of AI itself? It sounds like our human choices here are just absolutely critical.
They are everything. The book's central argument is basically that artificial intelligence will only succeed if it is aligned with the good of humanity.
Intelligence isn't enough?
Exactly. Intelligence without care isn't just inefficient. It's potentially dangerous. Without a compass of compassion, inclusion, openness, responsibility, AI could lead us seriously astray.
But guided by those values.
Then it becomes a force for positive progress. Think about a hypothetical AI in healthcare. If it optimizes only for efficiency,
Okay.
it might spot a diagnosis instantly, but then communicate it bluntly. with no empathy,
Oh,
or offer solutions that are clinically perfect but ignore the patient's emotional state or, financial reality.
that's intelligence without care. High human cost.
Immense.
So UX then becomes this crucial bridge, essentially, making complex AI understandable, trustworthy, and actually beneficial for people.
That's the power of conscious UX, as Teeters presents it. It ensures AI isn't some scary black box that users fear or just abandon,
Right.
but instead it's a transparent, intuitive bridge that inspires confidence. It turns skepticism into trust, hesitation into loyalty.
Because adoption isn't just about the tech.
No. The book really emphasizes that AI adoption isn't about technical possibility, it's fundamentally about human experience. The organizations that prioritize designing AI with compassion, inclusion, openness right from the start, they're the ones that will truly succeed,
Designing for the whole human.
not just the data point. Exactly.
Now, Ricky's introduction shares this really powerful conversation with someone named Jason James. It perfectly captures the gravity of this moment.
Yeah, that part is striking.
He describes UX in 2025 as having become a ghost of conscience in machines learning to make decisions without us. That's a chilling image.
It really is. And Jason paints a stark picture. He notes this staggering drop from 3 million UX professionals worldwide down to 1 million.
1 million before AI even fully hit.
Yeah, even before AI truly took hold in its current form.
Yeah.
He observes that decision makers are now buried in ChatGPT documentation, focused on capabilities.
Not reading literature or thinking about broader human implications.
Exactly. And that leads to this critical loss of people who understand externalities, who ask the crucial question, yeah, but should we?
The erosion of human judgment and care within the system.
Precisely. And Jason himself seems to embody conscious UX, being awake, alive, feeling, mindful. He insists that this ghost is still whispering in the room, insisting on remaining human amidst the machine's drive for efficiency.
So for listeners, this means that while some traditional UX tasks might get automated,
The demand for truly conscious UX professionals, those who can embed ethics, question assumptions, champion human well-being, that demand is becoming more critical than ever.
and speaking of the evolving role of UX, there's a truly provocative take from Don Norman,
Ah, yes, Mr. User Experience himself.
the man who coined the term. In an interview for this book, May 2025, he said something that might shock some listeners.
It's definitely a bold statement, he declared. I think user experience should die.
Whoa. Okay. Needs context.
Definitely needs context. He clarifies immediately. It isn't a call for the end of designing for humans. It's a call for the death of a term he feels has become too narrow.
Too narrow how?
Focus too much on just an app or a website rather than the whole big experience. His example is designing the entire journey through a Disney theme park. Much bigger than a screen.
Right. Holistic.
Exactly. He advocates moving from designing for people to designing by and with the people within their own cultures.
Okay. Designing by and with. What does that look like in practice? More participatory.
Yeah, true co-creation. Imagine not just observing users, but bringing them into the design process as equal partners, right from conception. Prioritizing cultural context, diverse perspectives, not just as a checkbox. Norman believes quality of life should be the first requirement for our economic system, not just profit.
That's a fundamental shift.
Huge. And crucial for AI, because he warns, and he cites social media's evolution here, that almost every technology can be used for good and simultaneously can be used for evil.
The double-edged sword.
Right. He expresses real concern that AI systems could make decisions without our knowledge, leading to unforeseen, potentially harmful consequences.
Which brings us right back to Teeter's call for consciousness.
Exactly. Norman's perspective makes her call for a conscious, holistic approach feel incredibly urgent and vital right now.
And following Norman's bold statement, Brenda Laurel's response, it's equally direct, right? Cuts through the theory.
Oh, yeah. Classic Laurel. Very pragmatic. When asked about Norman saying UX should die, she apparently responded, does it really fucking matter? Let's just do the work. Let's make the world better.
Chuckles.
Okay.
Fair enough. Action-oriented.
Totally. It emphasizes that while philosophical debates have their place, the immediate tangible mission behind design improving human lives, that's what truly counts. The secret sauce isn't the label, it's the intentional ethical work.
And that's precisely the conscious UX calling that Teeters champions in the book, isn't it?
Yes. She writes that this moment isn't the end of traditional UX. It's the evolution of our responsibility as creators of the now and the future through intentional awareness,
The birth of a new beginning.
through the power of consciousness creation. That's how she puts it.
So, wrapping up then. Today, we've taken a deep dive into Ricky Teeters' new book, Conscious UX, Leading Human-Centered Design in the Age of AI. We've explored how a profoundly personal experience shaped its empathetic message, how it charts that third alternative for human-AI collaboration,
Yeah, finding that balance.
and why pioneers like Brenda Laurel and Don Norman, even with their different angles, really underscore its urgent relevance right now.
It all points to the need for this conscious approach.
And this book isn't just for designers, really. It feels like an invitation for all of us to consider our role, our profound role, in shaping technology ethically and consciously.
Absolutely. It's a reminder that our unique human capacities to feel, to question, to care, these are our greatest assets.
Our competitive advantage, even in an AI world.
Exactly.
So as artificial intelligence becomes, more and more integrated into our lives, just remember that its ultimate success or failure. It doesn't rest solely on the algorithms or the tech prowess.
No, it comes down to us.
It rests on the human values and the consciousness we actively choose to embed within it. So, the final thought for you listening is empty. What kind of world are you consciously creating? One interaction, one design decision, maybe one whispered warning at a time.